What do you do when the person who once felt like home suddenly looks at you like a stranger? When the silence between you grows louder than every "I love you" that came before? And when the woman you built a life with whispers the one truth you were never prepared to hear: "I didn't miss you." Not with shouting, not with dramatic scenes, not with doors slamming or plates shattering. Sometimes life breaks in silence, in the soft tone of a partner saying something you never expected, in a look they give you that feels unfamiliar, in a truth whispered too calmly to prepare you for the damage it will leave behind. That's what happened to me. 6 years together. 6 years of trying, failing, learning, growing, stumbling, rebuilding. 6 years of tiny rituals and routines, morning coffees, bedtime stories with the kids, cleaning up the living room after another chaotic day, laughing at the same inside jokes, debating groceries, planning meals, arguing about chores, making up with soft apologies. 6 years of life woven so tightly together that it's hard to tell where one person ends and the other begins. And yet now, suddenly everything feels fragile. Everything feels uncertain. Everything feels like a question. My wife and I were not just partners, we were teammates, navigating the exhausting years of raising young children. Anyone who has kids close in age knows that those early years are a blur. You live in survival mode more than peace. You love your children fiercely, but you also lose parts of yourself in the process. We were no different. There were nights we fell asleep in separate beds, not out of anger, but out of sheer exhaustion. Mornings where we barely spoke because both of us were too tired to form coherent sentences. Weeks where romance felt like a distant memory, replaced by dirty laundry, meal prepping, sleep training, and baby monitors glowing in the dark. But we believed it was temporary, normal, part of the journey. We weren't perfect, but we were building something. Or at least I thought we were. Then things began to shift, so slowly at first that I didn't take them seriously. It started when she stopped breastfeeding our youngest. People don't talk about how monumental that transition is. It isn't just about feeding, it is about identity. For years, her body didn't belong fully to herself. It was a source of nourishment, a lifeline for our child. When that period ends, space opens. Physical space, emotional space, mental space. With that space came change. She started vaping again. She started going to the gym with a fierceness that surprised me. Her body grew stronger, more defined. She carried herself differently, more confidently, almost like she was stepping into a new version of herself. She dressed differently, too, not dramatically, but deliberately. Clothes that reflected intention rather than convenience. Clothes that said she was thinking about herself again, not just the kids. I tried to be supportive. I complimented her progress. I encouraged her. But inside, I felt a tiny sting of insecurity, not because she was improving, but because I didn't know where I fit into this transformation. She admired a few women in her social circle, women who recently went through divorces and came out stronger, women who found a kind of peace outside their marriages. She spoke about them with fascination, not admiration, not envy, but something quiet and thoughtful, like she was trying to understand herself through them. Then came the trip. She took our youngest away for a week, a simple holiday between jobs. I stayed behind, working, holding down the fort. I missed them terribly, counting the days until they returned. When she came home, she hugged the child tightly. But something about the way she looked at me, something in her eyes, something in her body language, it was different. Subtle, but undeniable. I felt it immediately, that distance, that emotional fog, that hesitation. It didn't show in anger, it didn't show in frustration, it showed in quietness, in the absence of warmth. in the lack of excitement to see me, in the way she seemed more comfortable drifting around the house alone than reconnecting with me. After enough gentle conversation, enough nights lying awake beside her wondering what was wrong, she finally told me. She didn't miss me. Not once. Not for a moment. She missed our eldest child. She missed her bed. She missed the familiar rhythm of home. But me? She felt nothing. She said it softly, almost apologetically, like the truth embarrassed her. She didn't say it with cruelty. She didn't say it to hurt me. She said it because she didn't know how to pretend. She told me she felt numb toward me. Not angry, not resentful, just empty. She admitted that being alone felt peaceful. Peaceful in a way she hadn't expected. Peaceful in a way that scared her. And her honesty broke me more gently and more completely than anger ever could. I asked her the only question that made sense. Is this the end? Are you done with us? She didn't give me a yes. She didn't give me a no. She said she hoped it wasn't the end. She said she wanted to fix things. She said she didn't understand why she felt this way. She said she still loved me in some way, but didn't know what that meant anymore. It was the most painful honesty I've ever heard. We decided to pursue couples therapy. She agreed. She scheduled it herself. She said she wanted clarity for herself, for me, for our family. But hope is a complicated thing. It makes you cling to small gestures. Her agreeing to therapy. Her saying she didn't want to end things. Her still doing day-to-day life with me. Yet, at the same time, the mixed messages kept coming. Sometimes she'd say, "Of course I want us to work." Other times, when I talked about a future plan, a trip, a date, a family event, she'd say quietly, "Let's see how things go." Every ambiguous answer chipped away at me. I tried to give her space, tried to be patient, tried to relearn how to show affection without overwhelming her, tried to improve myself, not from fear, but from genuine love. But every gesture I made, every touch, every attempt at connection seemed to float in the air, unanswered. Not rejected harshly, just unanswered. She's confused. She's lost in her own emotions. She doesn't know what she wants. And because she doesn't know what she wants, I don't know how to act. Her emotional brain moves in waves. Instinctive, spontaneous, internal. My brain moves in straight lines. Logic, cause and effect, clear solutions. But relationships don't run on logic. People don't heal on timelines. And hearts don't obey rational rules. And now my mind is filled with fear. Fear of divorce, fear of separation, fear of losing the woman I love deeply, even if she isn't sure how she feels about me anymore. I imagine empty rooms, 2 houses, split days, holiday schedules, birthday negotiations, the painful balancing act of co-parenting apart. I try to silence those thoughts, but they echo constantly. And through all of this, one truth remains. I love her. I love her with a depth that scares me. I love her so much the thought of losing her feels like something tearing inside my chest. But I also know this. Love cannot fix what someone refuses to face. Love cannot fill an emotional void someone doesn't understand. I am here, ready to fight, ready to grow, ready to heal. But I'm terrified she's drifting away and doesn't know how to swim back. And now I'm sharing this because I don't know what else to do. I'm exhausted, I'm afraid, I'm overwhelmed, but I'm still hopeful because if I stop hoping, I lose everything. If you've been through something like this, emotional distance, numbness, a partner drifting without reason, please share your experience. Your insight might be the clarity, the comfort, or the direction I desperately need right now. I'm willing to fight for my marriage. I just don't know how to fight the fog.